What? I'm still alive? Wait. No, I'm not dead. That guy just tried to kill me. I took him out with my 12 gauge. Can't beat it in a tight situation. So, what have I been doing? Well, I spent 2 months in a cave in southern Turkestan, and I only just managed to escape. I'm sorry if you guys have been distressed by my absence. I really don't think you would be. But I've finally come back to do a review of Alien vs Predator Requiem. I know you guys wanted me to do it, so I thought I'd better, do it as soon as I got back. I haven't even unpacked my suitcases. I'm not sure what I've got left. I think they took most of it, but we'll see later. It's a different matter. I must warn you guys that it's been a while since I saw this movie, so some of the information may be inaccurate, but I'll do my best to keep you entertained. Well, the best place to start would be the plot, and it seems that I've had quite a few requests not to include spoilers in any of my reviews, so I'll try and keep them to a minimum. But the basic plot of this film is that the ship from the first Alien vs Predator that you saw leave at the end gets infested by aliens and crashes on Earth. And an elder predator, or the predator homeworld called Wolf, picks up the distress signal from the ship and decides to take it upon himself to go and wipe out the aliens, make sure they don't wipe out Earth. So basically it's one long hunt with Wolf trying to take out all the aliens to make sure Earth doesn't get wiped out by them. Now, as far as plot goes, this does seem like a mishmash of films we've seen before, like Resident Evil, but that itself was borrowed from other films, so it's a mishmash of all the kind of genre cliches you'd expect to find. However, it does throw in some novel twists, not giving too much away, but the Strauss brothers really managed to keep you on your toes in this film. You never felt entirely safe with each character. Anybody could go at any time, and they do. You never feel like the characters are going to make it through the whole film. You never know which one's going to survive or get killed or whatever. They did a pretty good job of keeping you guessing. And the end of the film is slightly cliche, as in all the baddies are standing around and laughing maniacally. But other than that, yeah, it was unoriginal, but it's Aliens vs Predator. What were you expecting? In terms of everything else, this film delivered, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Plot-wise, solid, didn't need any more than it was. Just one gripe is that the Strausses decided to focus on the teenagers, which doesn't really belong in an Alien vs Predator film. It belongs in a cheap slasher film. And seeing as most of the action revolves around the aliens and the predators, most of these teenagers were completely irrelevant, so it seems like a bit of a misstep to me. But I didn't really go to this film to see it for the plot, I went to see it for the Alien vs Predatoring. So I'd give the plot 5 out of 10. It doesn't need to be any more than it is. On a similar note, let's tackle some of the acting. Well, as I previously said, they decided to develop the teenagers into a full-blown faction, as it were, which really didn't need to happen, and as a result, the actors are pretty poor. I mean, they don't do anything for me. They shouldn't do anything for me, to be honest, if it's an Alien vs Predator film. And they tried, kind of, to make you feel for them, but the film was way too short for you to sympathise with any of them, and you could only help but cheer when one of them got killed off. I think they focused more on the character of the Predator in this film, which isn't a bad thing. But here is another one of my gripes with the film. Alien fanboys would be annoyed because they didn't focus on the aliens, develop them as a character. Predator fanboys, on the other hand, would be happy because they developed the Predators as a character. But personally, I think the Strausses nailed the characters. The aliens were never meant to be anything more than mindless killers who were meant to creep the hell out of you, and they did very well in this movie with that. The aliens are creepy, they come out of nowhere, they kill people, they're menacing. The Predators Hunters there just get the job done, run around doing what needs to be done. So I think they nailed the characters of the aliens and predators brilliantly. If I'm actually going to judge this on human acting, though, this ain't going to be winning any awards apart from some Razzies, which I actually think it did win. So, 3 out of 10, just because they tried, even if they failed. Okay, let's move on to special effects. One thing I didn't like about this film was the overabundance of CGI effects. And I don't mind CGI if it's good CGI, but this is pretty poor CGI. You could tell it was CGI. Examples would be the pregnancy scene in the hospital. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean. It's completely fake. You just know it's fake. The dual headshots in the gun store, which just reeked of fakeness. The actual alien practical effects are pretty good, such as the alien swimming in the swimming pool. That kind of stuff was passable. But generally, it was fairly poor. But if you're looking at it as a B movie, then I guess it's not too bad. But there aren't really such things as B movies anymore, so it should be top-notch Hollywood. Wow, look at this CGI, and it's actually pretty poor. Predator looks really good as well. The aliens look good. The Predator looks good. It's all fairly good. Just some design aspects. The Predator has a vial of cleaning fluid. How much of that stuff does he have? He keeps on pouring it and pouring it and pouring it. I mean, the vial's not much bigger than your hand. So how the hell does he manage to get all of it? And he does actually empty it completely once, after using it like 10, 20 times. Well, we only see 5, but you can only imagine he's been cleaning up after his tracks. So, that was a bit pointless. And also, just to make another plot point, the Marines. They call in the Marines to clean up the infestation and everything. Takes them about 20 minutes to get there. As soon as they get there, they're wiped out. What the hell was the point in that? They got destroyed for no good reason. But it gave me a laugh, I don't really care. The score. Well, they tried to homage quite a few of the Alien and Predator films, but they really only obviously managed to do it with the Predator score, as things like when Wolf is sitting in a tree or something, you can hear the bongos from the first film coming through, which is fairly cool. The actual nuts and bolts of the score, they're quite innocuous, and I don't mind that because it's an action horror film, so you're not expecting to be scared out of your wits. But it was a decent score, there's nothing wrong with it, so 6 out of 10, plus 1 for the originality of, well, I say originality, more of a homage to the original Predator.